Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the Aries reading. All right, so I've pre-shuffled all of the decks I'm using, because they can be a bit loud on the table. All right, you got some cards coming out already. So Aries, let's see, Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords. Okay, so it looks like the situation that maybe has just happened is that you have kind of made yourself more independent from someone. It looks like you are just happier not involving them, or maybe someone is kind of getting to you and you're resetting, you're doing your own thing. Seems to be working for you, but it does seem like you had to, oh yeah, working for you well. It does seem like you had to distance yourself from someone, Aries. Okay, you know something about them that maybe is like hidden knowledge or not, I guess, open to the public in some way. I don't know, maybe you know this person to be like kind of nurturing to other people, but then to you they're a certain way. So I don't really know what that's talking about. I mean, that's generally what I see has likely just happened, a situation that you're coming from. What it looks like to me, though, is that there's good things coming from that. So it's like that's kind of their crap, right? And then we've got your choice to move forward with something. You're waiting for good news about something. So let's just put that over there. They can go put their facade on somewhere else. I don't think it bothers you. What are you into, Aries? I also want to say, like, I don't know if this person, maybe there's these two people are like kind of hiding away from this dog barking at them, and I don't really, you know what? I'm kind of intrigued and I want to read a page from this book here. Let's see what the Five of Pentacles has to say, because it might actually give some information that would be helpful to know. Oh, is it? This is the wrong book. Wait, hold on. What? Which one is this? Oh, this is the Spellcasters. Okay, I put the wrong one in. Okay, Five of Pentacles. That's so interesting because I actually wanted to use this book, but I didn't want to use the deck that I thought went with it, but this is the right deck. What? All right, anyways. Back on track. Okay. Five of Pentacles. Focusing too much on the physical condition inhibits spiritual awareness. A door is closed, the limits, ailments, and needs of the physical body, emotional distance, lack of clarity, poverty and need, desolation. Lovers kept apart due to circumstance or fate, being shunned. One feels shut out by those around them. A lack of compassion, cold weather. There is currently no path or door open that leads to what one seeks, and they must forge a new approach. Create a new pathway to success and to open doors and new opportunities. Contemplate the barriers that have thus far stood in your way. Then reverse the card to the upside down position while envisioning these barriers breaking down to reveal an open road that leads exactly to where you want to be. So in a way, it just looks like this, like we talked about this in one of the previous readings, is that dogs in tarot are usually these kind of gentle warnings or something, a warning from a friend. This dog is like pissed. And it's also not warning, it's guarding. And I think that that's how you feel about this person, is that they're not trying to help you. They're trying to defend themselves or their ego or whatever. So it's almost like you have just gotten to a place where you're walking away from that. And yeah, it's just, it doesn't feel right. Not the walking away part, just the, you've shed light. It's like you're believing yourself about what you're seeing about them, and you're just making a decision based on that. So anyways, let's see what comes next for you. Let's see what is here for Aries. Strength. Okay, card of Leo. And you're also like, this is, okay, Wheel of Fortune being here, Aries, this is a pivotal moment in your life where you are learning to get off of other people's merry-go-rounds. Because there's something that you're waiting to do, that you want to come through, that does require a lot of your realignment back to it, your consistency, determination, focus. And if something keeps yanking you around, something subconscious or conscious in you knows it's not going to go well if that keeps happening. Maybe this is for a career. King of Pentacles is often somebody who is building a dynasty, or somebody who is managing resources, time, energy levels, long-term effort put into something that actually benefits other people, and maybe not always benefits the King of Pentacles right away, but the Suit of Pentacles is all about building a dynasty, keeping it strong so that other people can live in that foundation and be supported by something that can actually help them like bear fruit for whatever it is that they're trying to achieve. So it's kind of like there's a little bit of selfishness in it, in that I think that just King of Pentacles always just has this drive to provide. It's like fulfilling to provide for others. It's fulfilling to be able to give people what it is that they need. It's fulfilling to come to someone's aid or to be the rock in a situation. But it's also altruistic in the way of you just see a need for it. Some people are just born seeing the need for it and will do anything to get that need met. So it does look like it requires a lot of self-care on your part to be able to keep that up, because it doesn't seem easy. I feel like I can actually stop pulling in this. Okay, we have the Two of Wands, and under that, Judgment. Okay. So I'm actually going to pull an oracle, because it looks like you could be feeling like you're sliding back from a situation where maybe you like to feel forward momentum and progress in something, and it's just in a point where it's triggering something in you. And that's uncomfortable, but that's also how we move forward. So let's pull a card on that to kind of help guide how to stay on track with what it is that you're building, because it seems like something that you are genuinely dedicated to. Rediscover your zeal. Bottom of the deck, let your personality shine. You have something no one else has that makes you who you are. Stop comparing yourself to others and allow your uniqueness to shine through. Okay. So we also got the jellies here. And, okay, I feel like that's going to come up in the next, I'm going to pull from another oracle deck as well, but I feel like that's going to be relevant in a minute. The card you pulled was Rediscover Your Zeal, number 40, which is, 4s are all about this stability and structure. And then you have number 33 over here, which is about, it goes to the number 6, or you can keep double numbers as master numbers, which is all about like moving into smoother waters. It's making good decisions. And here we see you kind of like needing to make a decision about what you're seeing. The description in this card is that we don't know if this person is walking away having set the fire or if they're looking back on their village and it's on fire. So maybe you're kind of wondering back and forth, like, is it me? Am I instigating this? Is it them? Do I need to leave? Kind of this like, whose fault is it? Who caused this? What's going on? And being in that questioning phase of, you know, what's actually happening here. And then we see you making a decision that aids in your spiritual growth. And then it looks like you're accepting that you are kind of like maybe left out in the cold from that person's care, or you are just taking a loss and now you're kind of like grieving what you thought could be or what you hoped it would be someday or whatever, and you're just pulling away from that because now there's some clarity about, okay, that is draining my energy and I want to put my energy into learning about this new thing. Maybe that has something, been getting a lot of school energy and like learning a new job, learning a new position, like learning about a new interest. So it's almost like it just feels better for you if you go with your passion or something that is kind of that burning desire in you, because when it exists in the way of being around kind of these toxic connections, it's almost like your fire tends to maybe sometimes get the better of you, or maybe it's confusing and you don't always know what your part in it was. So this is just you kind of like moving away from that. And I really like that because it means that you had to go back and forth you had to actually process what's going on and make a good decision for yourself while knowing you wanted to be in a collaborative energy with that person. And so it's like, it's a loss for you too, but it's not a loss on your life vision. And that's the important thing. So for number 40, we've got rediscover your zeal. Pay attention to the passion you are feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. And then let me pull one from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. These I did not shuffle, but I'm going to try to kind of shuffle them a little better. I mean, man, sometimes words really are hard. I didn't pre-shuffle these, so I'm going to do my little pseudo shuffle a little better than I did with the other decks. There we go. There's a full sentence. Okay, there's a lot that wants to come out. All right, sweat lodges here. The owl. I wonder if owls are significant to you in some way. The sun, the lower world, and the corn. Okay. So right now what I see for you, Aries, is that you're going through this like really significant transition. You're trying to you're shedding things that are no longer of you. You're also making clear decisions that it's almost like now you're at a point where you need to make them, or you feel the pressure to make these decisions, meaning if you don't make them, you're just out of sorts. So if you have noticed that you're out of sorts and you don't know why, but you're keeping all these things attached to you, then it's probably just your subconscious coming in to say, hey, I love you enough to not let you like go down a road that you're not going to be happy on. Go down a road where the good things that you put in your life, you can't even enjoy them because there's all these other toxic things going on around you and you have no control over that. Like, you've already established these things do not work for you. And your subconscious sometimes comes in to like poke at more and more at that situation until you make a decision. And sometimes it feels like something needs to make that decision for us, like fate or God or signs, you know? But a lot of the times I think what actually happens is when you are in alignment with yourself and you know how you feel and you know how you're responding and you know how you would best respond, given the environment, the energy, the collaborative spirit of something, whatever it is, the needs that you have in that situation. When you're in alignment with what you know of that, it'll feel like you're not doing the right things because your energy will feel off. And sometimes we think that's because we need to get better at managing those energies when we're around those people. And sometimes that is the case. But this actually feels like a situation where that is not the case. The case is that you already know. And maybe it's been a long time coming. And so your subconscious kind of like kicks up a lot of dirt in that area and lets that person walk around rent-free in your mind and lets them walk around with dirty feet, you know? And until you say, no, that's not in alignment with me. And then the universe, it's like the sign that we were looking for. It's that we stood up for ourselves. It's that we acted on our beliefs. It's that we acted in the best of our alignment, you know, in what supports us long-term for our goals. And often what I find is that the more that we lean into who we really are and make the best decisions for ourselves that we know how to do or that we can do, that we like build up to understanding, the more the universe shows us back that it supports us in that. And what you feel like could be a big loss and something that you won't feel great about ditching can sometimes actually be when you live without having to deal with that all the time and like be so emotionally invested in it that you're just angry all the time with them, or you're just frustrated, or they just keep kind of fumbling that ball. You actually go, oh, it's not bad that I don't know how to get along with all 8 billion people on this planet. It's not bad that some of us are toxic when we're together. It's just simply good when we make the right decision for ourselves so that we can operate within the energy that we want to. And it's not everybody that we need to do that with, but when you know, right? So what I see is that you're going through this like giant transformation within yourself where you're actually putting up those barriers so that you can create something really good in the future, that it's like, you know, it's going to come to fruition and you don't want to focus on all these negative things going on, but sorting through the negative things is actually how you get to that point in the future. So what I see is that there's something very playful about your energy right now. There's something kind of dorky about it, or like goofy, and you feel a little weird when other people see that side of you, but you actually feel good being in that energy. It just feels kind of fun. Um, what why it feels so good, I think, is because you're in a lot of discovering your energies that you're working through, that are uncomfortable, that are sharp, that are maybe causing shame or guilt, or things that when felt over time and aren't resolved start to just make us not feel great as a person, you know. You're working through these things, you're sorting them out, you're making these decisions for yourself, you're learning what works for you and what doesn't, and you're learning to stand up for that. And I think that that's kind of like you're almost in heavy isolation energy about what you don't like about what's going on there. And then your goofiness also seems to be a little bit hidden too. It's like maybe you kind of feel like a bit of like the ugly duckling right now or something, where it's just, you know, maybe you just feel like it would be nicer if you could just get all of it right and make all of it happen, and it could be shorter time frames and you could just get along with everyone, or cut people off, or whatever, like, or cut a specific person off. It might just kind of be uncomfortable right now, and you might be wanting to be like, oh, if I could just get through this, like past this almost. But when we're in the sweat lodge, we have to look at everything in great detail, and we do kind of got to sweat it out. So I wonder if you are like working out, or you're kind of like physically sweating more. I wonder if you are trying to put things in your life that actually help you manage these stressors, or you're just trying to stay active and in motion instead of harping on these things that are coming up with a specific individual. But either way, I just see you kind of like in your own little beautiful bubble, and I think it feels right for you, even as many things as could feel like they're not how you want them to be. I think that you feel like you're actually in the right place within your own self and your own life. And yeah, that it's just a little awkward, but that maybe awkward resonates with you, you know? And I think that you're learning to not shy away from those. It's almost like you're trading. In one hand, you've been holding on to trying to change yourself for other people to mitigate the damage because you expect it, because it's consistently shown you it's coming from another person. And in another hand, you're learning to kind of like reach out to your own self-discovery and accept what comes your way from that. And it's like whatever that does, whatever that act of discovering yourself is doing, is actually helping you release the need to control something that's beyond your control, because you're no longer trying to control yourself for those things to not come out. You're just like letting it be your own little bubble, letting it be your own little world. It feels very protected, and it doesn't feel like it's completely public. It feels like it's just between you and like God, or you and your family, or you and a small selective group of people. So that's honestly just what I'm seeing. I don't really know. I don't know if that, I don't really know what to think of that reading. So hopefully you enjoyed it. I feel like it almost feels like there's no resolve except for gaining, for releasing control. That's the resolve. it doesn't feel like there's a tangible outcome here right now. It just feels like the wind is letting go of the things that you can't hold on to with like sanity, with your sanity still there. So that's what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you in another reading. Bye.